Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel here at Paradise on Pennies. I am Heather and if you are new to the channel, today I am talking about some books that I find pretty important, but you will also find other stuff on the channel here. I don't just do book reviews. I am living full-time in a truck camper, and I've been living this way for many years on the road. For multiple reasons. You could find out why here at the channel if you page through some of the videos, but primarily because I wanted to live simple. I like to travel and learn, and by keeping life simple and living on a fairly tight budget, I have more time to enjoy my life before it's too late. It's basically the premise. There's a lot more here that you can see and discover. I take you along on the adventures, the challenges, the ups and downs. So you can check that out by checking out other videos here on the channel. Something that I've started doing is also book reviews, because one of my pastimes is definitely reading. Reading is a great free or cheap thing that we can do. It is also something that strengthens our mind, which I find very important, especially in troubling times. And since we are currently in a pretty concerning, challenging time around our entire planet we're sharing in this as a species, I wanted to bring to you guys some ideas for what would be some good books you could read during your time in quarantine. So get ready. The first book on my list is 5 Billion Years of Solitude. Hopefully you're not facing 5 billion years of quarantine, but as you are in your solitude can be good. This would be a really interesting read, and along with the theme that you are currently in. It is by Billings, and it's a very interesting book. The author emphasizes that the quest for other Earth-like planets is not only a scientific pursuit, but it's also a reflection of our own culture's timeless hopes and fears. The author basically discusses the exoplanet boom. Basically, we've found in recent years and decades, we've been finding so many interesting things about our universe and our place in the universe. We're finding so many stars and so many planets, and we're finding the possibility that planets could be inhabited by other beings, and it's very interesting, and it's a very interesting pursuit. But again, he's looking at it from the perspective that this isn't just the pursuit for the astrophysicists. This is something that we should all be pretty interested in. And have we face a crisis on our own planet, maybe we need to look to the stars for some answers. Maybe there's more to us. Maybe there is other life out there, or maybe there's just answers about our own place. It's all really important things to ponder, and there's a lot of good information in this book. This is a 2014 book, so it's fairly recent, and it is definitely a good read. The next book on our books for quarantine is The Last Hours of Ancient Sunlight. How are we in the last hours of ancient sunlight? I don't know, but this author does argue a pretty strong point that we may be in the period of the last hours of ancient sunlight. I've talked about this one before, and it's really, really interesting, and it will make connections with things like disease and how our bad treatment of our environment is going to exacerbate problems of disease, everything from malaria to other types of flus and all kinds of things. So definitely something we want to pay attention to, and a very interesting read. Good stuff to know about for our near future happenings. It says, must reading for anyone who expects to be around in the year 2040. So, it doesn't have to just be the year 2040. There's a lot of interesting things in this book, and I highly recommend it as one of your quarantine reads. Let's see what the next one is. How about don't go there? This might give you some ideas of where you won't want to go when you can go, because you can't go right now, but when you can go, there's where you don't go. Yeah, this is Don't Go There. Again, really interesting book. There's a lot of fun, interesting, it's not all fun. Some of it's kind of weird, depressing. Some of it's just factoids, data tables of crazy stuff all around the world and in the U.S., and it gives you an idea of places you might not want to go. Or if your personality might be one that reads this and wants to go to some of these crazy places, that's fine too. There are dangerous roads, crazy places, crazy airports, crowded places, places of disease, places that are maybe too touristy, places where you're likely to get a bacterial infection, where's the worst air pollution, and really weird mentions of other things and oddities, and very interesting read. Build your list of places that you don't want to go while you're in quarantine. What else? Since one of my biggest questions through all of this is trying to wrap my head around human behavior, I've got to throw in a book about behavior. And this is a really good one. This is Time, Love, Memory, a great biologist and his quest for the origins of behavior. Jonathan Weiner. If you, like me, have a lot of questions about behavior and want to wrap your head around why we do what we do, this is more of a scientific perspective on that, which is always good. Very interesting read on behavior, and this might be a good starting point for your quest to understand why we humans do what we do, and maybe how we can change our behavior. But there you go. And even if you can't find the answers in this book, and you maybe don't care to find the answers of human behavior, you can at least learn yourself a new skill while you're in quarantine, and this is the one I would highly recommend. Instead of buying up toilet paper, maybe we all can learn Pacific Northwest foraging, or any foraging. This particular one is Pacific Northwest, and I find it really useful, even for areas outside of the Pacific Northwest, because there's a lot of really important things in here to get you started with foraging. And this is a great skill to have. Say you go to the store and you can't find the food you were looking for because the shelves are empty. Here you go. Read this book. It's a great start into foraging anyway. When things do lift back up and you're out of quarantine, you'll have earned yourself a great new skill. That's it. That's number 5. Those are my 5 top books to read while you're in quarantine. So, yeah. If you want me to go over them one more time, it is 5 Billion Years of Solitude, The Last Hours of Ancient Sunlight, Don't Go There, Time, Love, and Memory, and Pacific Northwest Foraging. That author is Douglas Durr, by the way. I will go ahead, as usual with the book reviews, I will stick the link where you can actually get these books. If you are interested in, seriously, if you'd like to get these books, I really do think they're great reads. So I will go ahead and stick the links below in the description so you can access them directly, and you can order these books straight to your door. You don't have to go anywhere. You can just get the books and get to reading. It won't take you too long to get through 5 books, so hopefully that's enough to entertain you during your personal quarantine. I did do some, for most of these I've done, or I will do, but I think they're all up. I've done some more extensive reviews of these books. You'll find them here on the channel in my book reviews, because I am doing book reviews on all of these. So I talk a lot deeper, and I give you quotes and excerpts from the book, and so you can get a glimpse of what it's about. So if you'd like to learn a little more about the book before you get it, look for those videos. It's in the playlist for my book reviews, and I promise, I will stick those links below as well, so it's just easier for you to find. And you can find a more detailed review and analysis of each of these books. Here they are one last time, and look for those links below. And happy quarantine, everybody. I hope you're all doing well and that this helps you get through it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Take care.